Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the kind invitation to take part in this rich conference titled ICONITIES International Conference on Islamic Civilization and Humanities. My contribution is going to be through the presentation of a paper titled Adapting to Change, Moroccan Liberal Arts College Students and Faculties Reactions to the Shift from Face-to-Face to Hybrid Learning. So I am the presenter, Dr. Saad Boulahnane, Assistant Professor of English at the Faculty of Languages, Arts and Human Sciences, Hassan I University, Start, Morocco. And my co-author is Dr. Hajar Berghabi, Assistant Professor in Al University, School of Humanities, Ifran, Morocco. So the outline goes as follows. I'm going to briefly mention the introduction, the aim of the study, along with the research questions, and then go over the literature review briefly, then move to the methodology, methods applied, and then at the end, go to the findings. So the objectives of this study are to explore students' attitudes towards blended or hybrid learning versus the face-to-face learning by conducting a mainly quantitative questionnaire with 211 students from a Moroccan liberal arts college. And of course, what we mean by liberal arts education is an American concept, American idea. And here Moroccan is in reference to the idea that the university is erected on Moroccan land, Moroccan soil. So it's an institution, a university with an American system that is liberal arts in Morocco. So we wanted to investigate students' attitudes and opinions on their preferred mode of instruction. We wanted also to underlie the reasons or to understand the underlying reasons behind their opinion. Why do they think so about their preferred mode of instruction? We wanted to know their preferred devices used to access education. And then we wanted to understand modes of learning that ensure the highest academic quality. And of course, one of the questions was, what mode of instruction correlates or associates with a decreased quality or an increased quality of instruction? And of course, we wanted to know about their feedback on the LMS or the learning management systems adopted at the university. For the literature review, there have been a few studies conducted in the same field. We have Laksomi et al. 2021-22 explored students' unpreparedness for online learning, and the reasons were the several issues related to lack of understanding and incompetence when it comes to ICT skills. Rahman et al. 2020 talked about the LMS as being utilized in many universities to complement face-to-face learning in many types of settings. Rasmitadilla et al. 2020 undertook a study in which they explored students' positive perception towards hybrid learning in terms of good benefits in the learning experiences, knowledge, variations of learning models. Reyes et al. 2020 explained that hybrid learning or blended learning offers a high flexibility as it allows adult students who may have excused absences the opportunity to participate in the learning activity and interact remotely. That is, if they are absent in the classroom, they can take part remotely from their home or wherever they are using a device with internet connectivity. And what makes this study interesting in the context of Moroccan education is that no study has ever been conducted in Morocco in a liberal arts college before. So the research questions are as follows. We wanted to understand students' preferred learning modes, the factors that affect students' perception in the hybrid learning environment, why, for example, why do they prefer a mode of instruction over the other, and what they thought about the hybrid learning. Was it a good experience, bad experience, favorable or not? Number two, does academic quality dwindle or decrease when teaching in hybrid? That's the question. And we wanted to know which learning mode ensures the highest academic quality between the online and the hybrid, because in the first question there is a competition among the face-to-face, the hybrid, and the online. And as we go through the article, we understand that the face-to-face wins this competition. And so the question here, number three, is between online and hybrid only. Four, should the hybrid learning mode substitute synchronous face-to-face learning? That is, should the hybrid replace the traditional, orthodox, conventional face-to-face learning that we have in all classrooms in the world? And then we wanted to know the attitudes that students had towards management systems or learning management systems like Canvas, like Genzabar, like other platforms used for learning. So as to the methodology, we took a sample of 211 students from Al Akhawain University in Ifran, Morocco. From this liberal arts college, we questioned or we surveyed this number of students to understand, to explore, and to elicit the answers to the previously mentioned research questions. The data collection entailed quantitative questionnaires undertaken with the sample that we mentioned earlier, and to have an insight into the perception of the students towards both the hybrid learning, not both, but the three, the hybrid learning, the online, and the face-to-face. We had interviews with some faculty. We interviewed 13 professors, and the interviews were qualitative questions. Data analysis entailed the work with SPSS software program for descriptive statistical analysis based on two main independent variables, which are gender and academic year. So the academic year, we had first year students, sophomore students, third year students, and then graduate students. And the category that topped the list is the first year students, which accounted for over 66% of the population, of the sample, of course. The respondents by gender, we had almost a balanced participation between male and female students, with 50% of male or female students, while male students accounted for almost 49%. The 0.5 is missing data, that is the student or respondent that did not choose the gender, because I left it compulsory. So the devices used in distance learning or education, the device that topped the list is a laptop, and they are 92%, almost 93%. And if you noticed, the percentages do not add up to 100%, and that is because I gave the respondents the possibility to choose more than one answer. So those who chose laptop, many of them chose also smartphone. So smartphone, 33%, and some of those who chose smartphone, some of them only, also chose laptop. But laptop was, uh, a prevailing choice. Tablet came last with 4.7%. Students preferred learning modes. I mean, um, the, there's no contest here because almost 73%, almost three quarters of the population chose the face-to-face. And in the qualitative part, where they say why they chose the face-to-face over the other modes of instruction, it shows that they believe face-to-face ensures the highest quality, and all those issues of connectivity, unable to hear the professor, unable to connect via the camera, etc., do not exist in the face-to-face. The hybrid accounted for only 17.5%, while the online came last with 6.2%. So this is the qualitative insight that I mentioned earlier. Why did the students opt for the synchronous face-to-face? Respondent ID 32 said, face-to-face, it is better to interact with the professor face-to-face, and also it's easier to understand the material. The second said, face-to-face, because for me, I understand better and it's easier to me face-to-face because it's more practical. Pratique, it's French. So, because we are running, we may run late, I'll jump to the next slide. Does academic quality dwindle when teaching hybrid? Those who said yes um, are 60%. So the majority said 60%. So it's clear that the respondents choose face-to-face over the hybrid at the expense of the hybrid, and they account for 60%. They think that the quality of the instruction decreases when the teaching goes hybrid. As for the duality between the online and the hybrid, um, the hybrid, so we have positive views towards the hybrid mode at the expense of the online. The hybrid mode is a bit better than the online because there is that part where the students can attend class physically and synchronously. The online, it's all online and remote. That's why the hybrid is a bit better. All the problems in the online can be decreased in the hybrid. And these are some qualitative insight. The hybrid, because it improves how teaching resources are used. Some said hybrid, it gives me a more relaxed aspect of the studies, etc. Hybrid, because sometimes when you can't attend face-to-face in class, you can attend and study online. So many sentences about the hybrid. Should the hybrid mode of learning substitute the face-to-face mode? This is an essential question in the study, and those who said no account for 68%. So 68% said no. So more than two-thirds disagree with the proposition of the hybrid substituting the face-to-face because it has issues and because it does not convey quality in the same effectiveness as the face-to-face. Are LMS, Gender Bar Canvas, etc. user-friendly? User-friendly, 85% said yes. Not user-friendly, just or only 14.7%. Has LMS improved your ICT skills? 80% said yes, while almost 20 said no. Does LMS bring any value into the classroom? 83% said yes, it brings value. 15%, 15.6% said no. So here's the conclusion. In response to the research question, what are students' learning preferences, hybrid, online, or synchronous face-to-face? 72.5% said the face-to-face mode of learning. Question 2. Does academic quality dwindle when teaching in hybrid? 60% said it does dwindle when moving away from face-to-face to hybrid. Research question 3. Which mode of learning ensures academic quality, online or hybrid? 78.6% opted for the hybrid. The face-to-face aspect is present in the hybrid. So the hybrid is only good because there is some face-to-face DNA in its construction, in its formation. Research question 4. Should the hybrid learning substitute or replace the synchronous face-to-face learning? Almost 70%, more than 2/3, said no, never. Research question 5. What attitudes do students have towards management systems? All these are positive. LMS is user-friendly. LMS has improved ICT skills, and LMS brings value into the learning environment. So this is the conclusion. Thank you very much for your attention. And if you have any questions, I'll try to be present via the chat to respond and address your concern and questions. Thank you very much.